Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your main man Six Paths Dunga coming back to you guys again with yet another reaction video. Alright, so here's another one down the list, another requested reaction from you guys. Boruto plans to find and destroy the black cubes. Now it's interesting because I pretty much know what he's going to be talking about in this video. So basically it's about the mission that Boruto and Sarada came up with. He wants her to be captured by Code and all that. At first I thought this whole plan was just to defeat Hidari, save Sasuke, things like that. I mean, obviously that could still be the case, but now we have to consider this. Now, by the black cubes, I think I know what he's talking about. The black cubes that are inside the Shinju's dimension, that one big black cube, what is it? We already know what it does. We've seen what it does, right? But what is it for? Leave in the comment section real quick, what do you guys think that black cube is for? I'll probably put a little picture up right here just to show you guys what it looks like in case you guys don't remember. I mean, it does look pretty important. So maybe it has more importance to the Shinju than we think. So anyway, let's not waste any more time. Sharkname, I'm gonna leave the link to his channel down below in the description. Make sure you guys go subscribe to him. He's a really good content creator. One of my favorite Boruto content creators lately. So make sure you guys go check him out. He's really entertaining. But yeah, without further ado, I say let's just get into the video.
Why did Boruto sacrifice Sarada? Or perhaps more accurately, how far does the future scenario involving Sarada's kidnapping extend, given that Kashin Koji was kidnapped? Yeah, that's at least the biggest concern, or you could say the biggest source of curiosity among fans so far, following the incredibly shocking ending of Chapter 35. A character with a grand mission to save the world, not just from his own destructive power. Yeah, you know what I mean, right? A power that's literally information from the future, always used to choose the best possible path, has actually backfired on him.
One thing I will say though, I do appreciate this from Boruto because it's something that we haven't seen yet in the Boruto series. So when Boruto told Sarada to let Code capture her, that was the first time that Boruto did something without the aid of prescience. You see, this whole time in the Boruto series, I shouldn't even say the Boruto series, but Boruto Tubular Vortex, they have been aided by prescience, and that's how they move. Prescience determines what they do next. Everything they do is to get to a certain favorable outcome. So I would say this is the first time when Boruto used his own judgment to make a change for the future. And as you guys can see, it's not going good, but at least he tried. At least we got a taste of what that looked like, because we haven't seen it in a while, and you guys probably never noticed it or haven't noticed it in a good while. But we honestly haven't seen that yet. The last time I can remember Boruto doing something on his own initiative was when he told Kawaki about the limiters that Amato placed on him. Now, it's kind of not the same thing, because at the end of the day, this was something that Kawaki was going to learn anyway. He was always going to come to the conclusion that he had limiters on him, but Boruto just told him earlier. In this situation, he didn't know anything that was going to happen. I mean, if he knew that Code was going to figure out his plan, he wouldn't have did it anyway. So while the plan didn't work, Boruto tried to do something without the aid of prescience. And I feel like it adds a level of uncertainty in the Boruto series, to not know what's going to happen in the future, to just accept whatever future they strive towards. If it's a negative future, they just gotta take it. If it's a positive one, they got lucky. And I feel like we won't get that feeling back until either Kashin Koji is no longer in the story, or the enemy learns about prescience. You see, if the enemy learns about prescience like Jura or Code, then it probably can become obsolete. Because just how Amato plotted around Koji, he worked around prescience and captured him, Jura and Code can do the same thing. But it is less likely now because of Amato. You know, he tweaked prescience so he'll get it more frequently. But yeah, I do appreciate Boruto trying. I do appreciate that.
What would happen if Koji's ability had absolutely no flaws and was always accurate, no weaknesses, and it
Nobody
always
would
played
like
out
it.
exactly as he saw it? Of course, as fans, this would feel like a flat and uninteresting storyline, right? And this is exactly where Chapter 35 has proven that Koji's kidnapping actually makes the story even more compelling. But of course, we must also remember this. Before Koji was kidnapped, he had already laid out a future scenario involving Sarada and Code. Yeah, a probability of another possibility. If, while Boruto was fighting Code in Ishiki's dimension, Code had absolutely no chance of winning and chose to run or flee, then the likely next step would be to kidnap Sarada.
And I said that Boruto was always like underestimating Code. Sure, he lacked in the power department, obviously, but he is still conniving, he is still sneaky, and you just never know what he's gonna do. You see, Boruto had multiple times to kill this guy, and I don't know why he's still alive. You see, in chapter 4, remember in chapter 4, he rescinded the effects of the Uzuhiko. I don't know why he did that, thinking he was gonna side with him to defeat the Shinju, which was never gonna happen in the first place. And then the second time, what was the second time? Actually, we didn't see Code until this moment right here on the screen. And going into it, Boruto knew that Code was gonna ambush him. I mean, granted, he did try to hit him with the Uzuhiko again, but I mean, it's the same move, so Code is definitely gonna know about it and try to avoid it. Like he's definitely not gonna get hit with one again. But at the same time, Boruto kind of like egged him on to fight him. And if Code took the bait, then yeah, he would have probably died. But at the same time, if Boruto just wanted to unalive him, he would have already did it. He wouldn't have did no talking, no nothing. If he knew Code would be a detriment to the future that much, he wouldn't have wasted no time. So that's why I said he kind of undermined Code's intellectual ability, because he didn't expect him to figure out the plan. He didn't expect that. He thought Code was just gonna mindlessly capture Sarada, take her to the Shinju's base, and then boom, that was it. He didn't expect that. And then there was a third time where Boruto could have unalived Code, because you had to drop on him in this scene right here. You knew he was gonna attack you, and then going back to Konoha, you knew he was gonna go after Sarada. So boom, there is an opportunity there. There's an opportunity to catch Code off guard while he's going after Sarada. So you're still using Sarada as bait, but you swoop in at the very last moment to just unalive Code. Just take care of him right there. He doesn't know that you know what he's going to do. So you have the opportunity to get rid of him, and he just didn't take it. So like I said, I felt like he was really underestimating Code, and now he's gonna pay for it. Even though Code can't hurt him physically, there's other ways he can do his damage, and he's doing it right now. So now Boruto has to go to the Shinju's dimension, wherever that is, save Sarada, and potentially get into a fight with Jura or Hidari. You know what I mean? So that's on him. That's on him right there.
One big question remains about Koji. I mean, was that literally Boruto's own request? Or even if it was Boruto's plan, did Koji know about it? Yeah, maybe this can be answered as simply as saying it was part of Koji's plan, right? But what if the opposite is true?
It was not.
Over the past few...
If anybody believes Koji would do that, no. He would not come up with a plan like that. I mean, let me not be that guy here, but I strongly disagree that Boruto got this information from Koji and then just went out there and did it. Koji would never tell Boruto to do anything of the sort without an update. And you guys know, prior to this, Koji hasn't gotten an update in 4 days. So he would not make a move. He would just tell Boruto to chill in Konoha. Not even chill in Konoha, just chill and hide out, do your thing, and wait until he gets another prescience update. That's all he would do. He's a careful guy. I mean, when Amato gave Inojin that, what was it, a thumb drive? He didn't even want to see what was in it until he got a new update. That's how careful he is. So he would never tell Boruto to tell Sarada to get captured to invade the Shinju's base. It doesn't make any sense. It's way too dangerous. So that's unlike Koji. He would never tell Boruto to do that. It's too dangerous. He would tell him to just simply wait for the next update to make a move, to do anything.
Boruto sometimes chooses his own path regarding what he should do, right?
Yeah.
Well, in this case, I want us to try considering another scenario. In other words, that the decision to let Sarada get kidnapped was part of Boruto's own plan without Koji's knowledge. Furthermore,
it was
based
all
on
his
what
plan.
Boruto said in this chapter, he gave Sarada a pin or symbol as part of his plan. With that pin or symbol, once Sarada is at the location, Boruto will track it down as soon as possible and teleport there. This means there could be two different outcomes. Or, more precisely, what is Boruto actually planning? Does he simply want to rescue Sarada and bring her back to Konoha?
Y'all know what I think.
Or is it the opposite?
But we'll see.
We'll see
what he says.
Threat and kill Hidari in order to bring Sasuke back? Yeah, I know this might be a scenario that's too far-fetched
that's what I believe.
and perhaps doesn't make sense. So what's the point, and what does Boruto actually want to do?
Does it not make sense? I'm gonna just say it like this. I would say, besides for what he's about to say, that theory makes the most sense. That's why he would want to go to the Shinju's base in the first place. It's just to save Sasuke. Remember, Prior to this, Boruto has seen Bug's soul dissipate right in front of his eyes because he couldn't get that Thorn Soul to him in time. Now, thinking about this, right? Who's the first person that comes into mind when you think about this? It's definitely Sasuke. Don't even answer that. It's Sasuke. So for Boruto, it gotta be the same thing. Sasuke is in the same predicament as Bug, and the same thing can happen to him. So he's probably a little bit anxious. Seeing what happened to Bug, he doesn't want that to happen to Sasuke. So it's perfectly normal for Boruto to get a little impatient. You know, he doesn't know the next time Koji's gonna get an update, and he doesn't know how long Sasuke has. That's the number one thing he wants to do, is save Sasuke. That's his purpose now. Just like everybody in the story has their own purpose. Amato has his own purpose. Kawaki, Koji, everybody has their own purpose. And one of Boruto's top priorities is to save Sasuke. So like I said, it's understandable that Boruto can get a little bit impatient, which would lead to him forging a plan like this. A premature plan to have Sarada invade the Shinju's base so he can get there and probably take care of Hidari. You know what I mean? Or if it's not possible to do it now, you at least have a way to get to the Shinju's base when Jura's not there to take care of Hidari and save Sasuke. The only thing that Boruto doesn't know is that Jura is in love with Hidari. A lot of people don't care for me saying it like that, but I'm gonna say it how it is. he loves Hidari. You know, compared to the rest of the Shinju, I understand why Boruto thinks it'll be smooth sailing. I mean, has Jura interrupted when they defeated Ryu? No. How about Basari? No. Not really. Mamushi? No, he didn't care to save any of them. The only one he saved in the past was Hidari. Maybe it was a coincidence because Jura was in the area. I don't know. Maybe so, maybe not. But there's a possibility that Boruto could think just like that. He'll probably think if he gets to run the one with Hidari, that's it. Jura won't try to interfere or nothing like that, but he just got it wrong. So the plan wouldn't have worked anyway. If Code didn't figure out that Sarada had his pins and Boruto made it to the Shinju's dimension to fight Hidari, he wouldn't have made it far anyway because he doesn't know their relationship dynamic. So it is what it is at that point.
Boruto needs to know Jura's location. It sounds simple, but if you think about it, Boruto has had absolutely no way of knowing where Jura is all this time. Unlike Code, who can teleport using the claw mark, Jura's whereabouts have always been a mystery and nearly impossible to track. Well, this is where I think the real reasoning behind Boruto's decision lies. By letting Code kidnap Sarada, Code will indirectly lead Sarada straight to the enemy's location. And I know you might easily counter that Boruto already knows that location, right? But as long as there's no
this was a
direct
horrible
confirmation,
plan,
I'm still
through and
not
through.
entirely convinced. Especially since we know that inside that base, there's a large black cube along with a vast number of trees.
What do y'all think it is? I have no idea.
The interesting part lies in that black
Yeah,
cube.
we've seen what it could
Logically
do,
speaking, it's hard
but
to
what
believe
is
that the
it?
black cube was placed at the exact same spot where the Ten Tails was sealed, right? And regardless of whether it's true or not, the location where the Divine Tree Man was originally created is the most crucial part, one that should remain a secret. And one more thing. I mean, we have to realize that the black cube isn't just some ordinary or run-of-the-mill object. It's the core. Imagine if Boruto were to destroy it, what would happen next? I think if it were destroyed, it would have a significant impact on Jura itself.
Yeah, I mean, that is a possibility. Who told him that though? Kashin Koji? Because if Koji relayed that information to Boruto, then it's perfectly understandable why he would want to target it. I mean, that as well could go into the idea that he's just doing this to save Sasuke faster. But instead of targeting Hidari, he just might target the black cube and end everything. I mean, I feel like if it was that easy, Koji would have proposed this idea chapters ago. There gotta be more to it. I mean, that black cube is a huge mystery. The only thing we know that it can do is revive the Shinju, right? Like, Jura put Hidari's Thorn Soul on top of it, and it revived him. Also, I do remember when Hidari ran away from Naruto and Sarada when he was fighting them, he did go on top of that cube. Did he go on top of the cube? I think he did. And when he did go on top of the cube, the roots kind of healed his wounds, right? He regenerated. That cube is way more important than we think. I think it is like a power source for the Shinju. It is important. It is important. Let's say that. You know, the black cube is not just any random black cube. It is very important. And if Boruto destroys that, that might weaken them extraordinary. I don't know about get rid of them permanently, but it might hurt them. It might make the battle easier. So is that black cube the reason why Jura can regenerate? We know it might be the reason Hidari can, but Jura doesn't have to go back to the Shinju's dimension to regenerate. He can summon the roots to him. Jura is the root. He is the source of this catastrophe. So, I mean, yeah, that is a crazy theory. I'm surprised more people don't talk about this, because this could be the answer to a lot of problems.
Boruto first gave Sarada some pins or symbols, because as we know, those objects aren't just ordinary communication devices or markers. They're the key that allows Boruto to locate Sarada as soon as he arrives at Jura's headquarters and teleports there. This means Boruto's goal was likely more than just rescuing Sarada a few minutes after she was kidnapped. If that were his only goal, this plan would seem far too risky and almost pointless. Instead, it makes much more sense that Boruto was actually using the kidnapping as his only chance to locate Jura's base, a location that no one has ever known before. Because once Boruto manages to reach their base, the situation will change completely.
Yeah, that is smart.
The question now is, once he gets there, will Boruto just bring Sarada
man, this
home?
music
Or is that actually the beginning of a much bigger plan to end the threat posed by Jura and the Shinju all at once? Yeah, what do you guys think? And as a final point to wrap everything up, this is why I feel that Chapter 36 isn't really about Sarada being kidnapped. Sarada is just part of a much bigger scenario. And yeah, that seems to be the case, right?
Nah, this fight's gonna be crazy. Y'all sleeping though. Don't sleep on this fight. Sarada versus Hidari, the one that we always wanted. This is the fight that we always wanted. Sarada versus Sasuke's Shinju clone. You know, we always said, or at least I always said, that I wanted Sarada to be the one to finally defeat him. I mean, will it happen? Probably not, you know, but that confrontation, that talk that they're gonna have, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. So that all is gonna happen in chapter 37, which unfortunately we're gonna have to wait until September to see. I know it sucks, but I know August is gonna fly by just like that. I'm trying to cope. This is how I choose to cope, all right? But yeah, anyway, I'm probably gonna make a video going over this fight specifically and why it's so important to the series. I mean, there's a lot I want to say. I think I did make a video on this, but it is outdated. I probably made it like a year ago. I want to make a new one because there's new narratives and stuff we got to go off of when we're seeing this fight. Because I could just tell you guys right now, Hidari is going after Sarada's eyes. Will this be an opportunity for Sarada to fix her blindness? That's a question y'all just got to think about for now. What's going to happen? It's going to be a battle of the eyes. Either Hidari's going to take Sarada's eyes or Sarada might take Hidari's. You know what I mean? Or there could be a situation to Hidari healing Sarada. I don't know. We gotta see. I'll explain more. Even if it doesn't make sense now, I will explain more later. So if you guys want to see that video, you know, hit that subscribe button, stay tuned, because it's gonna be something to see.
Look at all the clues Ikemoto has given us so far. From Kashin Koji's ability to see various possible futures, to Boruto's decision to start boldly forging his own path, all the way to the pin given to Sarada before everything happened. It's just too hard to believe that all of this is just an ordinary rescue plan. On the contrary, all those clues point to one possibility, that Boruto deliberately allowed a huge risk to occur in order to secure a much greater opportunity down the line. And this, in my opinion, is where the real question lies. To what extent did Boruto know the scenario that would unfold after Sarada was kidnapped? Did he only know that Sarada would be taken to Jura's headquarters and then come to rescue her? Or did he already know that behind the kidnapping lay a golden opportunity that might never come again? An opportunity to locate the enemy's headquarters, understand its structure and such, find their weaknesses, or even destroy the very core of the Shinju threat itself.
That makes sense, though. That makes
sense.
Once
again, if Boruto's goal is simply to rescue Sarada and bring her back, I think all these risks feel too great and unappealing, or more accurately, illogical.
It wasn't never to
because, quite literally, they aren't
just
worth
bring her
reward
back.
received.
You know, it was
Especially
always
if
for
the
a
theory about the
purpose.
black cube actually plays a far more important role than we think. That object isn't just a decoration at Jura's headquarters. It could very well be the center of the entire system, connecting the Shinju, or even the very foundation of their existence.
Yeah, like I said, there is evidence to back that up. There's evidence to back up that this is the core of the Shinju right here, or it has something to do with that. And besides, this thing right here looks completely indestructible. This thing looks solid, like as solid as you can get. Like, I gotta lie, breaking this might be impossible. You can't even lie. This looks like a solid cube right here. Made out of the strongest material known to man. Like, I don't even think a normal Rasengan would put a dent into this. And frankly, Uzuhiko might not even work either. So if Boruto gets to this dimension, like, how would he destroy it? Maybe I'm just overanalyzing. Maybe a regular Rasengan, or not even a regular one, but a massive Rasengan can probably break it, you know, but it does look sturdy. It does look sturdy.
And if that's the case, then it makes perfect sense for Boruto to be willing to risk everything just to find that location. Because sometimes to win a war, what's needed isn't winning every battle. It's finding the heart of the enemy itself. And what makes this theory even more intriguing is one figure, Kashin Koji. Because if all of Boruto's decisions truly stem from his own thoughts without Koji's knowledge, then for the first time we're seeing someone begin to stray from the future path that has always been chosen based on Koji's visions. This means that since Koji was kidnapped, the future they've been relying on might be starting to change little by little. Not because Koji's abilities are flawed, but because Boruto has chosen to create new possibilities that haven't even been considered before. But what do you guys think? What kind of plot twist is coming? Do you have a theory that's even more interesting?
Like I said, Boruto, he's probably been cooking up something on the low. There's a reason all this time he's been just straying away from what Koji has been telling him to do. Like, he told him don't go to Sunagakure. He went anyway, but it turns out that turned into a positive because of Kawaki. I mean, he gave Sumire something to buff up his sword. All these things gotta be for something, and this could go into that. This could go into Boruto's grand plan to just destroy this black cube that might be the source of the Shinju's power. I mean, hey, what's the relationship between Boruto having Sumire buff his sword and adding some secret material to it in this mission here? Could that secret material come into play when Boruto was trying to destroy this cube? I mean, that's something to think about. That's something to think about. Like, is destroying that cube only possible because of Sumire buffing his sword? Let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section, because frankly, I think Sharkname might be cooking. This is why I told y'all to go subscribe to him. He's a really good analyst. But I think that's gonna be it for the video today. I actually enjoyed this video a lot. It showed me a different perspective on what to think about this mission here. Like, that definitely does make sense. Him going to the Shinju's base to destroy the black cube, like, it does make sense. I can't even lie. But what do you guys think though? What do you guys think? I'm gonna ask you guys now. Why did Boruto tell Sarada to allow Code to capture her? Why does Boruto want to invade the Shinju's base? Let me know what you guys think right now in the comment section below. I need to see what everybody thinks, right? I mean, it could be one of the two reasons that you guys learned in the video, or it could be a reason that you came up with yourself. Let me know all that good stuff down below. I need to know. But yeah, that's gonna do it. So as always, Sharkname, I'm gonna leave the link to his channel down below in the description. So make sure you guys go check him out. And without further ado, if you guys enjoyed this video and don't mind seeing more like this in the near future, go ahead and like the video, comment, subscribe, and turn on them post notifications so you know whenever I upload or go live for chapter spoilers. And until my next one, I'll see you boys and girls later, and I'm out. Peace.